Hello and welcome to another Bearded Geek toy review. In today's episode we're looking at two more Star Wars Black Series, this time from Return of the Jedi. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we've got a couple of Black Series figures for you. Now recently we have been celebrating the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, but it is also the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, something that we have mentioned previously, which we did in the review of the Return of the Jedi Retro Collection, which was a bit of a celebration of the 40th anniversary there, and I showed you some clips of my time at Return of the Jedi in concert at the Royal Albert Hall, which happened last year, which was really cool. But here we are. Now these are absolute bargains, and I did get them some time ago, and they have kind of like sat on my pile, but obviously other stuff I kind of like, see, and then it's kind of like, stuff then goes like further down the order for then doing a video. Now as you can see, this one I did get cheap from Game. That's a Game sticker, $11.99. Now this figure is actually even cheaper at the moment. If you have a local game store, or if you check online on their website, you will find that this figure is currently £4.98, which is an absolute bargain, which leads me on to Bib Fortuna here, which was a random pickup from Smith Toys, and I paid £5 for it. It didn't say it was in stock, wasn't on the shelf, it was just randomly on the clearance table, shoved at the back, and I don't know whether it's because, like, obviously, the box was ripped or something, or not in the best condition, then it just had a big £5 clearance sticker on there. So two absolute bargains to go with the rest of my Star Wars Black Series collection. So first of all, I think we should look at Princess Leia Organa in her Boushh disguise from Return of the Jedi.
The mighty Jabba asks why he must pay 50,000. Because he's holding a thermal detonator.
Now this is part of the archive collection, and this is obviously a re-release of a previously not available figure that came out very early in the series. Now you do have the details on the back of when the original figure was released, and it was in the blue pill packaging. So you can see there it was released way back in 2014. Has a little bit of a bio there of the character. But interestingly, when this figure was first released, I don't know if you're going to really notice it from that photograph there, Hasbro got the dimensions wrong. And if you can see there, they gave Princess Leia quite long legs. So it actually turned out that she was as tall as Han Solo. And as we know, Carrie Fisher was not that tall. So two improvements to the figure when it's been re-released in the archive collection. Not only have they done shorter legs, so they've re-sculpted the legs, which is cool, but they've also done a digital face sculpt as well with digital face printing, so absolutely brilliant. Now I'm not keeping this packaging, so it's always a delight when you get to do this, because it's very rare. Oh, so there's something that it takes you back to your childhood, doesn't it, when you can rip open action figures like that. Oh, very therapeutic. So there we go, I'll just get rid of that. That will go in the recycling bin. And here we have, obviously, the figure. Let's pop out the various accessories, and we'll have a closer look. And here we have the figure, and it is a wonderful likeness of the late Carrie Fisher. Absolutely much missed. She was an absolute delight. I was lucky to meet her once and get her autograph. She was a delightful woman. This figure does suffer from the kind of like sweatiness, so I think I will be giving it a little bit of the spray, of the matte spray on the face there, just to take that down, and you will probably see that that will bring out the sculpt even further. But yes, there she is in her wonderful Boushh Bounty Hunter disguise. Nice use of soft goods at the back, and obviously it does come with a couple of accessories which you can attach to that. Now I think obviously once you've clipped this back piece in, which is like a kind of like a, I don't know what it is, power pack or something. That can probably go behind the cloak and probably stop it from flowing around like it does. If you just tuck that in there and press that in, there you go, that goes in quite firmly. So that keeps the soft goods in place there. Nice attention to detail, like I say, very good use of the soft goods there. Obviously we can see that the legs have been shortened, and they do come with like lots of articulation. As this figure was obviously, it's based on an old mold, it will have pins on it. It's not got pinless technology because they've not built it up again from scratch. They're just using old molds, which, you know, I suppose is a cost-effective manner. But there you go. She does have hip swivel at the top. Obviously, you're going to be restricted in what you can do with her legs because of this plastic skirt section here. Now, interestingly, I personally would have done soft goods on that bit, so you could have moved the upper legs and the hips more. But obviously, Hasbro haven't done that.
Where am I?
Jabba's palace.
Who are you?
Someone who loves you.
Leia.
And we have the helmet here, and as you can see, there's a lovely bit of detail there. I do love this kind of like translucent piece at the top, which is well done with that paint application. Because obviously that is, I think that was kind of like electronic in the film. It kind of like lit up slightly. But yeah, wonderful attention to detail there. Could have done with a bit more of a paint job on the back. Obviously, you know, you're not going to see that, but you've got some paint detail there on the sides. Also comes with the weapon, which is a bit plain. This kind of like spear thing that she has. Yeah, it's just plain grey plastic. They could have done a wash on that. Could have, like, you know, put a little bit of silver on there. A bit disappointed on that one. And then the fiddliest, smallest bit of accessory is obviously the thermal detonator, which is extremely tiny. In fact, it's even smaller than one of the pumpkin bombs that you get with the Green Goblin or the Hobgoblin figures from Marvel. Now, it's got a little hole there. Now, I'm just wondering whether she has a peg on her hand which enables her to click it in. And I can't see one. So, yeah, I just think that's probably part of the sculpt then. That little hole there. But that's probably going to be the first thing that you're going to lose. If this figure ever falls down, because that is so tiny. That is absolutely ridiculous there. Anyway, let's put the helmet on her. Now, obviously, the helmet is made of a softer rubber plastic. So there you go. She looks very, very good with the helmet on. Now, a lot of people will probably say, well, why are you going to the trouble of getting rid of that glossy, sweaty look when you're going to have her displayed with the helmet? And I don't know how I'm going to have this displayed at the moment. I've not yet decided. So she looks cool with the helmet on, but also that's such a good face sculpt that I'd be ashamed to waste that. So what I'm going to do is just give it a quick brush over with the matte spray, and we'll see how that dulls the sweatiness and brings out the sculpt more. So dulled it with a little bit of matte spray, and I think that just brings out the sculpt just a little bit more. I think she looks really, really good there. So there you go. That is essentially Princess Leia in her Boushh disguise.
Upon Skywalker, Jabba Mabatabatu.
I must speak with Jabba.
Sit. Jabba no tusen di honkapi no bakan.
You will take me to Jabba now.
It'll talk about Jabba now.
And here we have Bib Fortuna, also part of the Return of the Jedi wave, in the old plastic style packaging, which has just recently returned. Lovely nice image on the side of the character. And on the back, a little bit of a bio about him. But obviously doesn't go into too much detail because of all the multiple languages and the safety bump in there. So I'm not going to be keeping this packaging because it's not in the best condition. So again, there's that kind of like nice feeling of just getting rid of something. And it will all be going into the recycling. Now, let's get this figure out. And wow, he's a weighty figure, isn't he? And is he going to stand up? Okay, it comes with bizarrely some... I don't know what the hell those are. I really don't. What are they? Are these like cups? Has Bib Fortuna got a drinking problem? I have no idea what those three accessories are. But let's have a closer look at the figure. Now here is the figure in close detail, and wow, he's a big wad of plastic. Lovely paint detail on the actual face and the Twi'lek kind of tentacles that he has. That's the race that he's from. Some articulation. Oh, the head does move around quite a lot, so that's interesting. So you can kind of like move him around. It's on a ball joint there. The first thing that I struck at when I opened this is like, that's a lot of hard plastic there for something that you probably would have said, let's do a mixture of soft goods and hard goods. Because this guy is going to be a challenge to stand up. He's got very pointy feet. Very pointy feet there. And there's going to be, because of all this restriction of this hard plastic here, and then it's not soft goods, it's going to be a very, very difficult thing to put him in any kind of pose rather than just standing there. And obviously with this here, the arms, the restrictions, yeah, you're not going to be able to do much with him, to be quite honest. And does he stand up straight? No. So you're going to have to do some adjustments with the feet and try and push him forward a bit. Now that's better because obviously he stands there. To be quite honest, I probably wouldn't have picked this guy up if he wasn't at the price that he was. £5 I think is enough for this figure. He'd make a nice kind of background character, sticking with Boba Fett and the Bounty Hunters. Or you could even, I mean, they have re-released the Black Series Jabba, which you could put in with, but that's obviously quite expensive, and it's quite a weighty and a big figure. But besides that, yeah, kind of like just plonk him there. Again, he is having problems standing up, which is a worry. And then look at these three accessories, which are essentially, I don't know, is that a cup? That's another cup. And then that's kind of like another cup. The sun has started shining. So I have absolutely no idea what those accessories are. That one looks like a Star Wars kind of like cup design. But yeah, I mean, they're not even, you can't even connect them together or anything like that. That looks like Luke's blue milk cup that he had in A New Hope. Obviously not full. But yeah, I actually don't know what the hell you expect us to do with those kind of accessories. Pointless. Yeah. I mean, I know he doesn't come with a gun or anything like that, but yeah, I'm at a loss with that. Really, I'm at a loss with that. So there is not much to say, bar what I've already said about this figure. It's going to be very, very restrictive. The hands look extremely kind of like delicate, and like you probably would be able to get something into that hand. I mean, that's his gesture hand. So, Dewa no Wanga, Jabba no Bata. I mean, you could perhaps put one of these in his hand. Is it going to fit in? Kind of. Yeah. No, I think I prefer him without. So there you go. Very restrictive. Kind of like that is about as much as you're going to get out of Bib Fortuna. So yeah, like I said, I would not have picked this figure up if he was full price and wasn't at a bargain price of £5. And I'm actually surprised, well, just looking at it now, it's just, there is literally no paint job on it, bar the face and the hands. That is your lot. There's no weathering, there's no kind of like dirtiness, there's no kind of like, you know, scuffiness, dirtiness, kind of weathering on his under kind of like robes. Just absolutely nothing. Bare bones figure, that. Very bare bones. And I think you'd only get that if you were an absolute completist. Even though the sculpt on the face is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, there you go. Not really that impressed with that figure. So there you have it. There is 2 figures from Return of the Jedi. Your Princess Leia in her Boushh disguise, and I have, after some time, got her holding that thermal detonator very, very delicately, and managed to get Bib Fortuna to actually stand upright rather than kind of like lean forward, which he was doing quite a lot as the plastic was then readjusting itself. So, yeah, 2 absolute bargains if you can find these figures out in the wild. Like I said, this one is currently £4.98 at Game. I've just checked on Star Action Figures and it is currently £13. So either way, you can pick yourself up a bargain. Bib Fortuna, I think, is a slightly older figure, released in 2021 originally. You might be hard-pressed to actually find him now, but if you could do on the secondary market, and you do want him to complete that Jabba's Palace display of yours or section, then yeah, he's worth picking up, but don't pay more than I would say a tenner for him. I got a bargain at £5, but I really don't think he's worth much more than that. So there you go, 2 more additions to my Star Wars Black Series collection. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, then please leave us a like. It really does help out the channel. And also, if you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscription button and that notification bell to be notified whenever we upload any brand new videos. Speaking of subs, thank you very much for all of you recent people who have subscribed to the channel. You've taken us over the 900 barrier. So thank you very much. I really can't thank you enough for your support. And please share the channel out as much as possible, because I really want to try and get to that 1,000 subscriber mark by the end of the year. Lots of cool new videos to come, but in the meantime, stay tuned, stay safe, and we'll see you very, very soon on Bearded Geek Toy Reviews. See you later.
Master. Never no pace Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight.
I must be allowed to speak.
Jedi mode speak and go eat.
Isturo na Jedi Knight.